Hey there, friends and fellow pigsters. The live stream is coming right up, so you guys should sit down, kick back, maybe grab a cold one and enjoy the wait. And if you're a fan of elevator music, well, you're in luck, because you could expect about 10 minutes of it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what Piggy says when he goes live. Hey there, friends and fellow pigsters. The live stream is coming right up, so you guys should sit down, kick back, maybe grab a cold one and enjoy the wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what Piggy says when he goes live. Oh, hey guys! I didn't notice. I didn't notice you there because of the. That's how it looks like. Oh my god, dude, that's fucking gross. Oh, Jorgen. Hey guys, welcome to another Pig Cake live stream. We're here at the official Ham Radio Studios. Not Ham Radio yet, though.
Soon.
This is not Ham Radio yet, but I do like the background and the aesthetic that we got going here. It's obviously it's fairly robust. The studio here is improving.
Someone just subscribed.
Okay, well they need to stop doing that.
Say
Listen,
Ali.
I don't think you could say that without being demonetized.
Oh.
Here we are. We're doing another little bit of a live stream. We have a fantastic show ready for you guys. As you see, every single time you jump on the stream, shit's improving. We're going crazy.
Updating, baby.
Things are going insane. All right, let's ignore the fact that my mother needed a webcam. Let's ignore that. All right, and the top-down quality shit today. Let's ignore that there's a fucking printer in the shot. I didn't even realize you had the printer in the shot here. Like how you have the printer and then you have like a copious amount of liquor on the shot. So that's what we're
all
going
empty
for.
bottles, by the way.
Yeah. The top shelf is empty, but the bottom shelf actually has liquor in it. Case in point, Daniel, I wanted to bring something up here now that I got you here. On stream. Could you show them your camera? Yeah. Okay. So 240p. You've been downgraded to 240p. That's because of your own actions, and I want you to understand it. That you couldn't even make it so that the white of the 240.
It looks so different here.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Well, you're at 240p for the time being, and that's something that you're gonna have to work your way back up to 420 or 480p. Sorry. So you're gonna have to prove to me this show that I can't hire anybody else, and you're gonna have to be the one to be my Jamie.
I mean, that's what I get for having the gentleman Wake give you all this advice on how to run the show a lot better than I can.
Don't try to get between me and Omar. All right. Well, we have a special. I wanted to ask you a question. No, keep it on you. Keep it on you. All right. Don't fucking. I'm the one that runs this. Okay. I want to ask you a question here because you've brought something up for the past couple of days, and I argued it. You can bring it back to me. You can bring it back to me because I'm talking now. Okay. I'll wait till I see it on the delay, so I believe you. Because I can't believe you. With the delay. Okay, we're back. So, the other day, you told me that coffee. I know I know you know where I'm going with this.
Oh, yeah.
So, you were having an argument with me on how coffee. Pretty much, I don't know what scientific term you said, but obviously it wasn't scientific. Yeah, you said oomph.
Oomph.
Which is not even a dictionary recognized word, but okay, let's ignore that. So you said that after 30 minutes, coffee somehow loses. You didn't say oomph at first. You said coffee loses its like fucking effect after 30 minutes.
Well, not the effect. It just loses the quality of what the coffee is right after you brew it. 30 minutes later.
That's fucking retarded.
That's not retarded. That's scientific oomph fact.
The reason I brought this up is because I told Daniel that I would make a pot of coffee, like a giant batch, on Monday. And then on Friday, I'm still enjoying the same batch. All right. I put that shit in the fridge. I make some espresso. I treat the espresso as if it's coffee grounds. So I do drip down coffee with Cuban espresso. So I'm just pouring it in there. I make a large batch, and that batch lasts me the entire week. Nowhere on that. It's staying on the counter for 30 minutes. I don't care. Because it still has the same effect. There's no chemical decomposition of coffee.
It tastes like shit afterwards. It's not the same thing, dude.
I want to get the viewers involved in this because if you guys know more about the scientific process of coffee, I would really like to know because this is an argument that I've had with Daniel back and forth because he had about that much coffee left in his little fucking, the thing that Cubans use for the coffee. And I said, hey, you should put that in the fridge and have it tomorrow. Pour it over ice. And you're going to have some nice espresso. And you said, no, that's gross.
I threw that shit away. Only fresh coffee is drank in this household. See, the Keynes guy knows. The Keynes shy guy knows.
Okay, but he also takes a short bus to school. So, like, you can't really... He's commenting on a magic channel. So, like, you really can't take his opinion all too seriously. We're going to talk about magic tricks. We're going to talk about Cardistry Con. We're going to talk about... what else do we have? Chinese magicians.
Yeah.
Where Daniel's wrong. Brian Connor says Daniel's wrong. That's good. So we have someone of the pig cake community here. And there's another thing we want to talk about. Something else. I forgot what.
Cardistry Con.
Cardistry Con. I already mentioned that.
Oh.
I really like this new aesthetic that we're going here, where the camera's facing me, because before you wouldn't know when I was looking at Daniel. Now you know exactly when I'm looking at Daniel, because I'm looking right at you. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to talk a little bit.
In that, it was done.
Somebody will subscribe to
Yeah.
Okay, I'm liking that.
Famous, dude.
I'm liking
We're
that. Speaking of
famous.
subscribing, I put a link in the description below because we're not always going to be here on this channel. We're not always going to be here. We're going to be on the official Ham Radio channel, of which you guys need to subscribe to. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the official Ham Radio channel, you need to look at the link in the description below. It says subscribe to Ham Radio, and that's where you guys got to go, because guess what? Once you go there, we're going to be able to actually do the show. So I don't know if we're waiting to do...
I think we want to get to what? 2,500? Is it 2,000 or 2,500? Something like that.
2,500.
So we can get that sponsorship moolah.
So that's not the way it works, but we want. It looks better. It looks better than whatever we have now, which I think is like 50. So Ham Radio, if you guys don't know what it is, Ham Radio is our podcast that we're gonna start. It's gonna be pretty much the same thing as what we're doing now. The only difference is that the title is gonna change to Ham Radio.
We might have a backdrop.
We might have a backdrop. It depends on the funds we're able to amass for that. So obviously there's gonna be. Let's just show. There's a link that's gonna pop up every once in a while if you guys want to help out the show and give some of that money to a better cause than cards at Cardistry Con. How's that fucking transition right there? How's that transition there, my dude? You fucking give me that shit. You give me that shit. You get that on your camera. Can we get that on your camera? If I do this and we grab, are you there?
No, not yet. You gotta get more.
Here?
There we go.
We have a pack.
240, baby.
That's what's up. Yeah, you're not gonna get to 480 if you keep with this bullshit. But anyways, so Cardistry Con is obviously a convention for people that are, believe it or not, bigger losers than magicians. I didn't think that it would be a thing, but there's obviously conventions for magicians. You know, there's conventions for people that do magic tricks, unfortunately, but also there's conventions for people that do cardistry. These nuts.
And it was awesome.
Okay, this is
it
why
was so awesome this year.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing about Cardistry Con is that you have a bunch of people that are they're dressed to the T in
Supreme gear.
Supreme. They got the Gucci, but here's the thing: it's not on their coin. It's on their parents' coin. It's on their fucking parents' coin. You have these 13-year-olds dressed in Louis Vuittons. All right. You got the fucking. I was gonna say Hermes, like the bags, but there are no girls there. There are no girls there. All right, I already saw an Instagram post with my girl Anna D, and people were, saying some derogatory things about my girl.
Shout out,
my future girlfriend. Is it a really not really much of a girlfriend? More of a.
That's wifey material, dog. She'll isolate the hell out of you.
I was gonna say whole, but okay. So listen, Cardistry Con was recently, and this is where a bunch of people come up with a bunch of moves and stuff. And the little that I saw of it, honestly speaking, not as, any sort of character here. Oh man, he's being mean, for comedy. It's the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm with Sankey, man. It's glorified juggling. Come at me. What are you going to do? Huh? You're going to throw some cards at me? You're going to throw packets of cards at me? You're going to complain on the internet? As if I care. I already have a lot of hate on Facebook, right? We got hate on Facebook. You haven't even been accepted into the group yet.
I don't think so.
Okay. See, but you haven't checked.
No. I'll check.
That's 140. You're gonna be at 140p, my dude. All right.
See, what is it? CTT.
Manuela Rudd was there, and she's hot. Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah. Shout out.
Pretty hot. Yeah, shout out. And good. She's actually good. But here's the thing. So the reason that people do it's kind of weird because this is kind of it's a I don't want to say organization. But it's a conglomerate of a bunch of cardists which have separated from magicians. Never have I thought that magicians and cardisters would have such like a vast separation between them. If you call a magician a cardister, if you call a cardister a magician, they will find that offensive. They will definitely find that offensive. So I don't understand why we've come to separate because we're all doing the same thing. We're not getting any pussy. Let's just be honest here. We're not getting any affection from anyone else of the opposite sex. So I really don't understand what's going on here. Dan Pisa says looking good.
Shout out Dan.
Oh, fuck.
Nice shirt you got there, baby.
I almost passed out. Floating there or flexing on this. But oh shit, damn, look at those guns, boy. Manuela Rudd's like 16 or 17. Is she? Stop. No, fuck. Don't say that. Please don't say that. Oh.
Unshout out.
Yeah, let's take it back. You're 17, gross. What was I gonna go? Oh, cards and their price. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they had some amazing releases at this Cardistry Con, bro. Fontaine had some good stuff.
Okay. Yeah, Fontaine's. Yeah.
Anyone had some good stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, they're all made by the same company. You know it's real when the eyebrows are up. All right, when you can kind of see a little bit of my eyes, that's how you know shit's real. It's the same company, USPC, that's printing these, right? Sometimes USPC. What's the? I don't understand. Why are you gonna sell a deck for $25 to $30?
Yeah, bro, but it's.
Oh, because it has F on the back.
And it has like some. They had I think Alex released 6 different decks.
Yeah.
And it came in a break box of 12 or something like that. Sold out.
Yeah.
Sold out. In fact, halfway through the sale.
Yeah.
People were just buying like as many as they could. Halfway through the sale, they realized that they can't do that and give everyone a deck of cards.
You have a camera for this.
I mean, it was a pretty successful Cardistry Con, man. I think a lot of money was spent in this Cardistry Con, which makes me jealous because I would have loved to have given these people all my money.
Okay, so honestly, how much do you think the Fontaine guy made? Like the Fontaine dude.
Oh.
Who, by the way,
I can actually calculate this. Hold on.
Okay.
I can actually calculate this.
He looks like a Post Malone.
He's gotten roughed up over the years.
Hey man, what? Oh my, I can't even. Was that a phone call right now? Was that a phone call? I have my phone on silent right now. All right, so I think the guy made easily $1 million. That's how I know you're 14.
No.
He probably made like 100 to 200K, I think, right? Easily. If he had 1,000 cards and he sold them each for, maybe, I think so. Yeah, my phone doesn't go off because nobody calls me.
He probably made less than 300 grand.
Okay,
He made short of 300 grand.
That makes sense. Yeah, he
in
looks
3
like.
days.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Post Malone is, if it's possible, but a Post Malone that's had more cigarettes and Bud Light. Without the tattoos. He kind of looks has that vibe. He could be the happiest dude.
Oh, I mean, he's killing. Honestly, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Talking shit, but I think Zach is probably one of the most successful playing card guys in the community right now.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Everything he comes out with sells out. He's doing a thing now with guests, releasing a deck and part of some other pop-up that's going on. If this guy's making $1 million, I think he's making a little bit of money.
It's a waste of fucking money. All right, let me tell you why. It's a waste of money. Because, again, my argument boils down to logic and reason. All right? If you're supporting an individual, for example, Omar put his deck at 15, right?
Yeah.
Which, knowing the work that he put into that, knowing the effort that he put into that,
15.
I would say 15 is great because you're not only supporting him, you're supporting the cause, and he's a single individual, right?
So he made less than 200 grand. Sorry, not
you're talking about Zach.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Which is still crazy.
I see the checkerboard by the Anyone Worldwide kids. I see the Fontaines with just the F on the back. How do you justify?
Well, we also came. Well, I don't know, but I came late into the game, so I came.
He says, by the way, he sold each for 15.
Yeah, I just read the calculations. That's why I said less than 200 grand.
Okay,
but still, $15 is a lot of money. That's more than double what he got.
Yeah, but that kills my argument because I'm here defending the parlor deck.
Yeah, but it's different. So I think there's a difference between the parlor deck, something that Lorenzo and Gentleman Wake made, versus what Zach's doing.
Okay.
Right, but he sold $50, but not all of the freaking cards that he sells are $15.
Yeah.
He has cards at $25. I think some of them were going. He sold decks for $100 a deck, which was that V3 Gold Guild carrots. But I mean, we came into this thing I think late in the game. At least I did, where you didn't understand the Fontaine culture when it first came out.
The only thing that I'm thinking of right now is the fact that why are you talking and not showing the camera on your face? You need to understand, Daniel, this is a professional show. Why would people want to see me when you're talking? When you see with the live screen, I'm looking at you, listening, and that's all they're seeing, as opposed to you talking. I want to. Go ahead. Finish your point.
I forgot my point already.
Your point is you were talking about money and.
So. I mean, it's a different thing, dude. Zach was also, he was part of, I think, something with Theory 11, where he had this show where they would talk about Magic and other card-related stuff.
Crack.
And then,
Bud Lights, cigarettes.
And then he just released the Fontaines. And the following behind Zach is a pretty big following. The Anyone Worldwide, to me, is a mystery. Because Zach gave a lot to the community in its early days. So, to me, he gave a lot back to the community.
He looks like the type of guy to smoke 305s. 305s? Are those local? Is that like a local reference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very local.
All right. I just saw it skip. Is that a... No? Okay. It might just be the Switch. Which, by the way, Switch games coming through.
Ooh.
Your boy, actually, in vitro. I got it in vitro because you bought the Elgato game capture, right? You bought it.
Well, technically, you bought it.
Well, I bought it for you with your money.
No, I bought it for you with my money and then sold it to you with your money.
Okay, then that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I'm gonna be streaming Switch games. That's what's going on. I'm gonna be streaming Switch games to the Elgato, and hopefully I'll be able to do that on this channel. Cause fuck Pick Cake Plus. Pick Cake Plus, what a waste, right? So I'm gonna be streaming that. We'll check it out, but that's much later. The other thing I was gonna talk about is I did a cardistry video recently, right? Where the whole joke of the video, which I love explaining jokes. I really do love explaining.
That was such a great video.
But thank you. I appreciate that you said that.
I laughed my ass off.
Okay. But here's the thing, man. I made a video where I'm doing flourishes and what I would consider to be cardistry for 5 minutes. And then at the end of the video, I go, oh, wait, sorry. I wasn't paying attention to you because I was too busy cutting packets to give you any sort of attention. You know, it was a little bit of a take on cardistry. I understand cardistry is not necessarily designed for performance in front of people. You know, some people do, and they should die. But when it comes to cardistry, it's more of a visual art. More of a visual art that you do in for like social media, right? Facebook. It's not really something designed to stand in front of an individual and be like, hey, look at me do friffle. Yeah? Okay. So Satcho already said there's no echo, so I trust him.
Hey, O'Brien, we got that Mario Kart, baby.
I don't have Mario Kart. You have Mario Kart.
You don't have Mario Kart?
No. I have Breath of the Wild. I have Doom. I have...
Which Doom do you have?
Doom's 2016. The one that just came out. So that Mario Galaxy. Not Mario Galaxy. Mario... the one that just came out. Odyssey. There you go. Odyssey.
You should get Mario... what is it? Mario Maker 2?
Yeah.
I heard that's crazy.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yo, streaming...
You're gonna go broke, dude.
Games... Well, no, I'm gonna segment it. I'm gonna be a professional streamer.
Can I join you on the streams, bro?
Well, yeah, because I bought your card that I bought for you with your money that then you sold to me for my money. So I did some flourishes on this video, and people were saying that wasn't cardistry. I did the same thing over and over again, and that's not cardistry. Could you please explain to me what cardistry is then? What's cardistry? I don't understand. I was doing... What cards can I touch? Because another thing, as you can see, I had a Tostitos hint of lime in front of me, right? Because I was enjoying some chips. I haven't eaten. You keep me here in the studio starving until you're like, hey, the show's ready. You pull me out of the closet, and then I'm here fucking forced to be... So what cards am I gonna... The Bin Wangs. You're lucky I love these cards. You're lucky I fucking love these cards, dude. Oh my goodness. So I was doing some flourishes, man. I was doing what I would
give me the bag of chips?
What?
Are you done with the chips?
Yeah.
We're good.
I just want to see how my face looks. So I was doing some movements, right? Some packet cutting, right? I was doing some actions with the cards. Why is this not considered flourishing? Cardistry. How is this shit not considered cardistry? But what those dudes do, how is that considered cardistry? I don't understand what the difference
Did you put dubstep music to it?
I didn't.
Did you have crazy camera angles coming back and forth?
I didn't.
Strikes 1 and 2, bro.
You're right. Yeah, you're 100% right. But I don't understand what it was. Honestly speaking, what these people that commented on that video said, that's not cardistry. You did the same thing over and over again. What the fuck is cardistry then? Is it not the same thing over and over again? Just to what? Like, you're just like doing one of these? I remember seeing that one video you showed me that aggravated me of the guy like...
Oh, that was so dope. That video was so dope.
I wanted to fight him. It was an open challenge. Whoever that guy was, what was he? Who was he? Was that the Heath guy? The
yeah,
guy?
I think that was Noel.
Shit out of
Shout out to Noel. I can't believe that guy didn't win every award this year, because that Ace video, in my opinion, was probably the best video in Cardi this year.
And I want to fight him. Okay, so apparently we have
drag racing going on over here.
Central Americans with two-stroke engines driving their ATVs around. 2005. I keep telling him my dream car is a 2005 Toyota Corolla with not OEM. You always complain to me. I want it with like custom. So by custom I mean I want to change the door. Like I want to put like a white door.
That's not custom, bro.
I'm customizing.
That's
the car.
called junkyard.
That's a customized car.
It's a customized junkyard car.
I was doing cardistry in that video, and people said that wasn't cardistry, and I got 15 dislikes in that video, just because people were saying that that's not cardistry. I did one of these, like a Sybil, where the card. Look at that.
Ooh.
The shit's
Do we need
in
a slow
midair.
motion button?
Shit, yeah, that's not gonna work with these fucking shit. But that's a good one.
pretty
I don't
dope.
understand. I really don't understand. So that's what it is. I don't understand what people want from cardisters or magicians. I flourish with cards, unless maybe it's up to the individual. Maybe what it is that it's up to the actual individual what it's considered to be cardistry. If you don't think it's cardistry, then it's not cardistry. It's like you know how some people say that like right now I'm a man, but if I have a little bit more of this rosé, I could say that hey, I'm a female.
Hey.
Yeah, I could walk into. I think you have to be Chinese to be to do cardistry. I don't think that's the case. I did see a lot of Asians, but I didn't see a lot of like it's more like white people, dude. It's like white.
Well, you're not gonna see no Cuban dude. Oye, serie,
Yeah.
dame una carta, ta, 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 ta. No, dude, that's not how that works, bro.
Doing like, let me see if I could do this one. I
Hispanic parents will never buy any Hispanic kids a deck of
No.
$20 cards, bro.
remember. No. Oye, tu tío tiene una deck? Like your tío has a deck, and then that's the cards that you
The
use.
Bing Wangs.
The bin wangs right here. Shout out. I'm gonna make these cards hype cards, guys. It's up to you guys to push and promote these cards on social media, and I'm gonna sell them for about 25. We're gonna corner the market on bin wang
We're gonna do
playing
it.
cards, and then
Wait till next week, guys. It'll be on the website.
it's gonna, dude. You know what?
Actually, maybe we should do a V2 of the Pig Cake half brick
yeah,
exclusive.
but bin wangs,
Oof.
bin wang. Look at that. That's cardistry, bro. You're telling me that's not cardistry?
I love that you're pissed off. That no.
Look at that right there. Where's my girl? Yeah, it's gross. It's gross. But do you want to mention anything else about cardistry?
I mean, did you watch any of the videos I sent you on Cardistry?
None of them.
Con?
None of them.
So good.
I actively looked away and made an excuse not to watch any fucking video because
I thought it was really good this year. I saw a lot of great videos, a lot of positive stuff coming from Cardistry Con. Do want to give a couple of shout outs though.
okay.
But
Okay.
I was going to ask you before. How do I go to the Firefox from here?
You're gonna have to go to Firefox first,
Mhm.
and then press F4.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Did you actually pull up their Instagrams?
I did.
I want to perish right now. I wish I could cease to exist.
I did, bro. Because you got to give them some love, man. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool. I rather watch a horse procreate. I rather watch a horse procreate. Are you looking at the monitor to see if it? There you go.
All right, sweet.
Okay. Let's see this guy right here.
So Cardistry Con champion was Lars. Right here, man. Show some
Wow.
love. Shout out to Lars.
I got more followers.
Hate on Lars, dude. The breakout artist and move of the year went to Lucas, my boy Lucas right here. This guy was pretty awesome.
Okay, let's see, Lucas. I'm waiting for the delay, by the way. I'm on a delay.
So
I'm just like everybody else.
you're just one of the commenters.
Right there, Lucas.
His move, what was his move called? Shorty, what is it?
Oh, the fucking Chidori.
Shidori Sphere.
Wow, this guy killed me.
This guy's awesome.
9,000 followers.
Yeah,
bro.
this guy's awesome. No, but this guy's awesome.
Yeah, he's also 12.
What else? And then the deck of the year went to Echoes, which to me was kind of a surprise. I was surprised this deck won deck of the year, man.
Parlor should have won.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you, but Parlor hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
Parlor was a
This shit.
the Parlor deck was a Kickstarter deck, and so it doesn't qualify. Maybe for next year it qualifies. I hope it does qualify though, because that is a sick deck, the Parlor deck.
Well, let me ask you. So when you do a cardistry, like what do you go up, right? I imagine on stage, and what you like you're.
So Cardistry Con is not so much about going up on stage and doing cardistry. It's they did a lot of videos.
Okay.
They did a lot of videos. They promoted a lot of like work. So they did like workshops. So people got with the people in the crowd, and
So how do you win? How would you win Cardistry Con?
you got to submit. So every year,
Mhm.
like a few months before Cardistry Con on Instagram will ask, nominate deck of the year, nominate this, nominate deck of the year, cardist of the year, move of the year, up and coming artist of the year, and then people just tag them on Instagram, and then throughout all those votes, that's how those people get selected, and then the two cardists go back to back. They make videos on they make some videos and they go back to back, and then people vote on them, and they had some pretty good judges in the panel this year.
Yeah. Who were the judges?
Jaspis was one of them.
Okay.
That's all I really remember.
Okay, that's cool. So you're saying that it's entirely possible for me to win Cardistry Con?
Why not? I mean, just there's a lot of categories, dude. You have deck. You have.
I think the real person who won Cardistry Con is the one who didn't win, because that's the one with a girlfriend.
Shout out to Shano, bro. He was doing some mad flips over there this year.
Yeah, but none requiring or being involved with any sort of females.
By the way, if any of you guys have any extra Cardistry Con cards, hit me up on the DMs, please.
We'll have a PO box.
Or we can send them on the PO box. Yeah.
Is that all you want to talk about Cardistry Con? Because honestly, I feel like I've talked about Cardistry Con way too much.
Yes, bro.
And my chances of getting a female are just exponentially getting lower and lower.
Yes, bro.
Thank you. All right, I'm glad. We won. Stefan said we won. You guys won when we gave you a president for 8 years. All right, listen. So my favorite thing about this whole battle is, again, the differentiation between cardisters and magicians. That's my favorite thing. There's like a lot of beef. There's a lot of beef in the community. Are you gonna keep texting? I'm
letting him know that we're doing this show that I can't talk right now, bro.
This
guy's knowing him, he'll show up to the house, and you don't want Kiko to show up to the house. Have I told you stories about Kiko?
I don't even want to.
Trust me, bro.
Central
you
American
don't
name.
Want this guy getting over here, bro.
The most Central American name I've ever heard in my entire life. So what I want you to do, I want you to open up Firefox. All right. Don't press F4. I swear to God, if they see the whole like. Okay, and then you're gonna press F4. Okay, we should be on there, right?
The traditional.
Yeah. Okay, so we should be on Firefox right now, right? I hope.
F4?
I'm waiting. I don't trust you. I'm waiting for the delay. So we're gonna be here until the fucking delay kicks in. Thank you. All right, so let's go to ants. Let's go to ants real quick. So the next page here, the post, the tab. Okay, you clicked on it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a post I saw on Reddit about ants and why we are essentially fucked as a human race. Daniel, do you see what this is?
Oh shit, that's badass.
This is a glue trap. This is a glue trap that somebody put in their house to, I imagine, capture bugs or some sort of mice, right? Rodents. And what the ants did is that they made a dirt bridge over the left side of that. Technically the right side if you're looking at it from the other way. And that's where they cross. And they don't get glued. If ants died, like there are ants that they pretty much sacrifice.
Yeah, dude.
For the collective, right? I don't know if you've ever seen ants being pushed in the water, but there's like a dude, there's like a little bowl of ants, and this dude's trying to push them into the water, and they have surface tension, so they refuse to go into the water, so they just fight back, and you can't push them in the water, they float. It's terrifying. Some ants will die. Some ants will die and drown, but the collective will survive. So this is just going to be a little bit of a prediction on my end. The ants will take over. Ants are going to take over.
Shit.
Yeah. So what's the next topic here? I wanted to just briefly mention that. Just a little bit of an aside here. Oh boy, the Chinese, is that the topic? Are we dealing with the Chinese?
Are we still staying on the
under what? Cardistry?
On the
yeah. If you can, look at you, man. You could. It's logical. If you make a logical decision on your end, I'll abide by that. So here we have an article by CNN. Sorry, I was thinking of manly things. We have an article by CNN talking about the traditional magicians, right? The traditional Chinese magicians calling for greater censorship of their ancient tricks. So this is a very interesting article. I saw this on a Magic Cafe because I'm not getting any vagina. So I saw this on the Magic Cafe, and it's talking about the traditional Chinese magicians and their attempts to censor ancient tricks. Now, this guy right here, if you could scroll to the picture, it's he's doing a trick known as the bull production. So this is a very interesting trick. If you haven't seen, there's Penn and Teller have a wonderful trifecta of they have a trifecta series on YouTube, as a matter of fact, where they go to Egypt, they go to India, and they go to China. When they go to India, they I said India, I meant China. I've had too much rosé.
Not enough rosé.
Not enough. Yeah. I've had not enough food, but I've had too much rosé for the food that I've had. But so they went to China, and they saw a couple magicians. One of them did a rapid face change, so he would pretty much wave over his mask, and his mask would change.
I love those.
Yeah. But this guy is doing it with a secret passed down from his fucking grandfather and his grandfather and his grandfather. So it's like a traditionally passed down. The other one they did, it was in Egypt. They did the cups and balls. So they were talking about a magician named Gali Gali and how he learned his routine from his grandfather, and this guy would do the cups and balls, and at the end there would be little chickens that would appear under the cups.
Oh.
And in India, they did one where I was about to be very racist, but in India they did the Indian rope trick, where you throw up a piece of rope, the rope stays up into the sky, and then an Indian boy climbs the rope, and then at the end he disappears. They try to replicate that trick in the show, but then the one that's interesting is this one right here from this picture, because this guy's producing. I think they produce maybe like 20 fish bowls. So they produce a bunch of bowls filled with water as this part of act, which I could tell he's doing that from this particular picture. And apparently what's going on is that these guys are calling for censorship of reveals of these ancient secrets because, as you know, it's a very traditionalist culture, right? So these guys are very, they're trying to preserve their secrets. They're trying to keep these secrets that have been passed down, from great-grandfather to grandfather to father to, their son. That's how they preserve this trick within the family, like their marriage. But when it comes to this in particular, they're trying to find a way to actually make this some sort of a legal issue.
I think it's gonna happen, dude. The Chinese don't mess around.
No, they have a credit code. I don't know if you know that.
A what?
Social credit. So you could press F4 here. You could take this shit out. All right, am I back? Are we back?
We're back.
That's good. I like that. So they have a social credit. So that means that if you, for example, my social credit, by the way, would be zero because I jaywalk all the time. Actually, fuck that. My social credit would be tremendous.
I've never seen you jaywalk, bro.
I stop at stop signs and I look both ways. All right. I do that 4 times. I look here once and then again, and then I go. If I didn't reach the stop sign first, guess what? Right of way, somebody else goes, right? Because I didn't reach the stop sign first. That's the rule. I'm pedestrian and driver of the fucking century.
You're an ant, bro.
I'm a fucking ant. I'm in here for the greater collective. By not abiding to the rules of the road, I'm demoting the economy. All right. If you guys follow me on PigCake Plus, I have a whole video dedicated to how not abiding by the rules of the road is detrimental to the economy. All right. I've been deteriorized. That's not even a word. I've been detrimented. All right. By bitches that run stop signs. I looked at them in the face and said, "Hey, that was a stop sign, asshole." And they said, whatever.
Happens all the time in Miami.
You're preventing the economy from moving forward. You dumb, ignorant bitch. You are preventing the economy from moving forward by promoting yourself, all right, and seeing yourself as the one that has priority as opposed to the encompassing majority here. What's going on?
The King's shy guy?
Yeah.
Says, how do we go from Maddie to the economy?
Case in point, China has a social credit system where if you do things that are against the law, then they could demote your social credit and you could potentially lose out on opportunities, much like real
Is that
credit.
like a rating system? Like,
yeah.
How do you check that rating system?
Your tickets.
Is there an app?
There's fucking cameras. So if you get tickets, if you get speeding tickets, your social credit goes down. If I think people could suggest reasons to lower your points. It's ridiculous. So yeah, so you have a social credit system. So that's we should implement that in Magic. We should implement a social system where if you do isolation too much, then we kind of reduce your legitimacy in the Magic cardistry community. Sorry. But that's an interesting concept because in Magic, obviously there's a lot of debates. Intellectual property is a big, huge deal in Magic because what is actually subject to the law? What's subject to you saying, "Hey, that's mine. Hey, you can't do that." Something I mentioned on the last live stream was the FU deck and Assy Wind and Lloyd Barnes. I haven't copped it yet, by the way. I haven't copped it.
And that wallet.
Fuck, Brian, that wallet. I might cop that wallet, the Razer wallet. I might cop that because it looks good enough. The one thing I did cop though is the digital force bag. That's the thing I showed you with the phone. With
so good.
So worth it too.
So good.
But you name any number. I look at the notes on my phone, and then the number that you said is a force every time, every single time. Fair as shit. unbelievably good. I hate magic apps that are like, oh, let me just pull this coin from the phone. But magic apps that work in the background and they happen to be incidental, that's my shit. That is my shit. What is so funny?
These comments, bro.
Why would Piggy have a man bun unless he's gay? Well, what is wrong with being gay, Lucas? I'm sorry that you are 14 and you're not able to accept the fact that it's 2019 and that's not a diagnosable disorder in the DSM anymore. All right, that was the DSM-3, a book of psychological disorders that considered gay as a disease. I don't know if you're. They had gay as a disease. I don't know if you remember.
Really, that was a thing.
That was a thing. It was a mental condition under the DSM. But then the other one was they had a fucking they thank God they updated the shit. Look at me.
Oh. So hold on. So I actually got a question about this whole.
What's up? Sorry, it was.
So
I'm getting DMs. I'm getting DMs. Xavier. Oof. Magic buddies, man. That's what we do. Yeah.
So then, how do you feel about China censoring or trying to protect all of these these traditional magic stuff that's been passed down to generation?
I think that's fine. But the thing is that you got to be realistic about it. So unfortunately, what happens is that a lot of times you can't regulate that. You can't regulate ideas.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really regulate that shit. So you have to find out a way to work. And unfortunately, it's not going to work. It's going to be something that they're going to have to figure out if, they actually pursue something like this. They're just going to figure out that it's not going to work.
Yeah, because, I mean, the other thing that I can think of would be like Copperfield, for example.
Yeah.
Like Copperfield wants his stuff protected so he may pass it to his, whatever, his apprentice or his child or one of his 12 islands that he owns, one of those people, you know?
What I want to know is if, for example, let's say I buy a DVD from Penguin Magic, right? Like, okay, well, not something that involves a direct object. Like, for example, I was going to use Razor Wallet as an example. But let's say I buy a DVD, or a download from any sort of magic website. I download it, I watch it. What is legally preventing me from going on YouTube and showing how it's done or showing how a trick is done?
Well, the forums and Facebook.
That's it. So it becomes more of a moral issue, but not a legal issue.
Yeah.
So that's I think a very weird thing about about magic in general. That it's more of a moral issue, and it's dependent on your own ability to understand morals than anything of a legal issue. If I buy a download from any one of these magic companies, I could show a trick, and that's it. I can show a trick. Now again, copyrighted things is different. So if I, for example, show something that's patented, then that's where there's an issue. But if I show something that's not and it's just an idea, you can't patent moves. You can't, somebody can't fucking go and say, okay, so this is I'm going to patent the ambitious card. Literally, you lift two cards as one. You place that card down, and then you put this in the middle, and then that goes on top. So the only thing that's preventing people is moral, which I'm for 100%. If you got to be moral, you got to understand, magic is something that's built on the shoulders of giants. As much as these people that fucking complain on Facebook and, have a really bad understanding as to what fucking YouTube or magic or, what I do is, I still, I'm one of those people that fucking magic is the thing that we're standing on the shoulders of giants. We need to understand these ideas, these concepts. They came from people that are fucking, they laid the foundation. We need to credit them correctly, but at the same time, not go overboard and be fucking realistic. To say that, we're doing a bad thing on YouTube. How many people, not to suck my own dick, but how many people have, continued magic based on watching these videos? Or Ramsey or X or Pantrea or fucking, even channels that have fucking like 2,000 subs or less, subs don't matter. It's ideas, you know? So that's the thing that these people that are fucking nearsighted and they hold these, I guess, ancient values,
I mean, maybe they just don't want to share it with the layperson. They want it to stay within the blood, or maybe that master apprentice thing.
Yeah, in terms of what they're doing, I don't think that that's anything that's a bad thing. They're only protecting secrets that have been handed down. They're trying to keep tradition. Yeah, that's 100% fine. But you have to be realistic. Yeah, and unfortunately, the internet exists. So unfortunately, when it comes to that, those things are going to be out there. You could look up the secret as to how this guy produces 20 bowls of water. You could find it easily online.
I mean, I kind of want to Google that now.
It's between his legs. Damn. Yeah. So,
spoilers.
Right. But, these are things that, unfortunately, realistically, these are things that you can't fucking hide. You know? So they're only going to have to, do as best they can. But again, it's hard to cover ideas, and with the internet age, you can't. There are no secrets. There are no fucking secrets. What was the other? There's another thing I was mentioning.
Are your hands clean?
Huh?
Are your hands clean now?
No, they still got.
Are they
I
really?
haven't washed them since we started. There was something else I was mentioning before you mentioned that idea about the Chinese shit. There was something else. Digital force bag. Okay, about apps and magic. I can't stand apps that are like those overt apps or like the invisible deck one. There's one where you name any card, right? This is from Illusionist, and then I say, look, I have a deck of cards on my phone. Let's go through these cards, and then there's gonna be one that's face down, and that's the card that you named, right? It's Cancer. Why the fuck would you do that? It's obviously something to do with your phone, obviously. But if there are notes on my phone, well, yeah. I'm not gonna. It's 2019. I'm not gonna carry a notepad, right? I'm not gonna fucking. Yeah, I could, but I'll be a psycho. That's the thing I don't understand too about these tricks that are like. I have a list of cities on these Post-it notes. Those are tricks. Like Murphy's is selling this fucking shit. That's a Post-it notes, right? So you show them. You go, look, I have a bunch of cities on these Post-it notes. Look, here's France. Here's Rome. Here's fucking. And you're showing them a bunch of cities, and then you go, look, why don't you touch one? Go ahead and touch one in my Post-it note list. Who the fuck carries a list of Post-it notes? Look at the awful camera. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Dude, this is atrocious. The lighting.
Is it that bad? Is it? There you go.
Yeah, the lighting on that. You know what it is? Auto. I should have changed it from auto mode to something of substantiation. That's the incorrect word to use. Oof. At least it hides my strip shuffle very well. It hides my strip. Let's see how good it hides it. not well.
I've been trying to practice that strip shuffle, bro.
Not well. And let me tell you, bro, testament to my virginity, I'm doing them with the fucking Bing Wangs, dog. Oof. I'm doing them with the Bing Wangs. So I fucked it up there, but that's fine. Oh shit. Devo. That's a Devo cut.
Risk it for the biscuit, bro. Fuck it.
But case in point, I hate those apps that are they're overt apps. So they're the apps that you take out and they're like, look at this thing that my phone does. But the ones that are discreet, Gregor Stami has a bunch of other ones, but he doesn't fucking update them or respond to emails. Motherfucker. But
check your emails, bro.
There's a bunch of like apps that use your phone incidentally, like, oh, we don't have a notepad here, so let's just use this. Or Wicked Test is another one that's great. Thank goodness the Bin Wangs it makes the Bin Wangs look better. That's funny. What's the other topic? We had something else. What? You could say it out loud. You don't have to be discreet.
Magic tricks.
Magic tricks. Okay, what magic tricks, Daniel? What are you working on?
We talked about some good ones today.
Mm-hmm. We did. We talked about the burglar's trick. We talked about because Daniel right now is reading.
I'll get the jet setters, bro.
I'll get the jet setters.
Flex.
Okay.
Flex, bro. Let's flex.
Who sent these to you, Paul?
Yeah, man. Finally got my Kickstarter.
Let's get the top down.
Yeah. Finally got my Kickstarter in the house. Well, it has the carrot case, so it's sparkly. Can't see it.
Something specific. Okay. That was my excuse to do so. Look at how shitty they look. You can't even see them because of the fucking awful glare.
Well, it's the carrot case.
Yeah, sorry. It's the fucking specialty case that you have. Oh my goodness, dude. Is that really? What is wrong with this camera?
Yeah, we gotta get a better camera, dude. That's a better camera time.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, I'll use these jet setters. So you mentioned the burglar's trick, right? What I showed you, by the way, is a trick. It's an ace assembly. So what I showed you was an ace assembly by R. Paul Wilson. That's what I showed you. I can't show it here because it's R. Paul Wilson stuff. Big Brother's another one. Big Brother's on the border. Big Brother's on the border, Brian, because the thing is that you're using your phone, but again, your phone happens to be incidental, and the effect is that Siri finds the card. So you name a card, or you pick a card, Siri knows what that card is. Big Brother. Yeah. So Big Brother's always watching, your card.
Shout out.
So that one, I would say it's definitely along with the tricks that I like in terms of your phone, because how else are you going to look for Siri?
Gotta go on your phone. Oh, yeah, Siri.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Siri, bro. I want to fucking perish. But it makes sense. Like, it makes sense in the universe of the little trick. But let's fucking not go top down. Let's, okay, we're good on this one. We're here, right?
Here we go.
Look at that.
So where can people go and find out more about these tricks, Figgy?
Well, there's something that I have that's, what is it? It's like It's the fucking Pick Cake Magic Academy. We have what? We have $5 a month. You get 2 new videos every single week going over card and coin stuff. It's $5 a month, Daniel.
Damn.
$5 is what? It's a latte. It's an expensive latte. All right.
Overpriced latte. That's probably 3 days old.
It's probably old as it is. All right. It's probably using fucking coffee that they made on Monday. All right. And they retroactively fit it. So here is what it is. It's 2 videos every single week. There's over 200 videos already going over card stuff, going over coin stuff, and you get access to the dollar tier piggybacker videos, which is also 2 additional videos every single week that are just tutorials. I don't post them anywhere else. So in a week, you get fucking 4 videos a week going over what's everything that I will know will go there. My goal is that everything that I know about Magic is going to go on the Academy eventually. So that eventually when I lose my mind because of early onset dementia, I could just go to the Academy and I have a repository of all the stuff that's, good to share. So yeah, this is not even, it's like 4, I could get a brick of Bin Wangs for $5 a month. PK Card Academy, the link is in the description below. Check it out. All right, it's growing. I'm happy. All right, our classes are growing higher and higher. So yeah, that's what it is.
That's what's up. So then let's talk about these
Talk about
the burglars.
Oh, okay. So this is one of the first tricks that everyone learns is the burglars trick, right? The 4 burglars trick. You could actually keep it on this camera. Okay. Please don't put that atrocious top camera. Please. Fuck. Okay. So case in point, these are, it's the first trick everybody learns, but the trick, what I was showing you is the idea that you could take any trick and take it to pretty much wherever you want it to go. So this trick in particular is talking about the 4 burglars, right? But the way the book writes it up is that you need to start with the kings and 3 cards hidden behind. So you have 3 random cards and then you have the kings and you go, look, here I have the kings, all right? These kings are 4 burglars. 1 goes to the basement, 1 goes to the 2nd floor, 1 goes to the 3rd floor, and then 1 stays on the roof. But hey, when the cops came, they all escaped and made their way to Beirut or whatever. That's the trick. But obviously, there are different ways to improve on it. There are different ways to make it a little better, little optimizations. So instead of starting in this awkward position, you would just start with the kings on the bottom. You would get a break under 7 cards, right? You transfer that to the top in the pattern, but this could lead into an ace assembly. So this could lead very easily into an ace assembly because now, guess what? You're in position for an ace assembly. So if you drop, for example, these 3 cards here, that's already pretty much most of the work done. That's what I showed you earlier today, or something similar to that. Not that exactly, because the trick that I showed you again is Paul Wilson's trick. Is a wonderful ace assembly. Usually ace assemblies are absolute awful, but I think he made the right balance. That's what I showed you earlier today. Now the one that I also showed you is Darrow's Untouched, which is also in the book.
Such a great one.
Darrow's Untouched is a phenomenal trick because it's you don't touch the cards. You don't touch the cards, and you're still able to do that. Now the other one too is the first trick I ever learned. But I showed you how you could take that to like the next level because the first trick I ever learned, and I showed this on the channel, the first trick I ever taught. I do this about 1,000 times, but you have somebody pick a card. They look at that card. While they're looking at it, you just turn a deck like this. All right. You have obviously a setup beforehand where you have this card that's face down.
That's the one with the 1 or 2?
1. Okay. This is the first version.
Okay.
Then you have somebody pick a card while they're looking at it. A little bit of a test and misdirection because that's gonna be your opportunity to turn the deck over. They give you back the card. You're going to put it in the middle of the deck, making sure that there aren't, any sort of spreading. And here you introduce the premise. I'm going to find your card with 1 hand behind my back. And all I do behind my back is this. That's all I do behind my back.
Do it right here.
Okay. So all I do behind my back is literally just take this card and bring it to the back. Ooh. So I'm just letting it swivel over the upper left corner and bring it to the back. So some
magicry.
Huh?
So magicry.
Magicry, yeah. And then, of course, when they look, there's going to be 1 card that's face up. Now, what I showed you is a little bit of a variant on that. So instead of having 2 cards, or 1 card, you have 2 cards face down in the back. So we have 2 cards, right? It's fucking horrendous. This camera is better than this fucking camera, even if this one's a better angle. This looks like AIDS. That's what I'm saying.
It's pretty bad. No, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to take it out. that what you're saying?
Please, yeah.
Is it really that bad?
It's horrendous.
TTYL.
I'd rather watch a horse ejaculate. So for this one, you have 2 cards in the back instead of 1. You do the exact same trick. They pick a card while they're looking at this card. Do the move, right? And here, when you put the card back, you're not going to put it behind your back. You're going to say, look, I'm going to find your card. I'm going to cause your card to turn over in the deck. That's actually easy. That's the easy way. I'll do it the hard way. I'll cause the entire deck to turn over.
And then boom. Oh, it's my favorite part right
and
there.
Here you could show this card. That's now the only card that's face down. Of course,
That's
all I'm doing there...
favorite part of that. The effect is
hot.
so good.
All I'm doing there is very simple. I'm just turning over this bottom card and then just doing a block push off so that obviously you don't see this because then there will be like, there's another face down card pick cake. Yeah. You're fucking retarded. Your mom found you outside of her house and she said, hey, successfully connected. Did it disconnect?
No, bro. That's that, man.
Okay, because it says successfully connected.
Gooch, bro.
Okay, so case in point, you spread this and then you do a block push off. So you push that off as a group.
Fair part.
And then you could then show that it's their card. Now you're left a little bit dirty. You're left a little bit dirty because you have a card that's face up, second. But here, if you do a move called the Halo Cut, which is a move by Harry Lorraine, so you're cleaning up that way. You could actually repeat the trick. So you could do the trick.
Hold up, bro. Do that again.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's a bottom slip cut. So slip cut is this. That's a slip cut, right? So here you're doing it from the bottom. So you're getting a break on the bottom card. You're doing a swing cut and you're taking this card for the ride.
Ooh.
So that this card gets put in the bottom. So that's that thing.
Yo, that's a fire ass move, dude.
It's the Halo Cut, I think. I'm sure. I don't want to say that it's not Harry Lorraine's because Lord knows, you have the Harry Lorraine is a fucking
more like Harry Lorraine.
117 years old. Every move in the history of Magic is his.
Is that guy? No, that wasn't the. Fuck! You showed me a video of a really old guy this one time.
Yeah,
crazy eyebrows.
Yeah,
is that him?
Out of this universe with the. You're gonna deal the cards into 2 piles.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna if you could have done that. You could have, and then he does it again, and then he does it again, and you're like, I want to fucking die right now. But at the end, it's worth it.
Yeah.
At the end, it's worth it. But so you're doing that to clean up, and you could literally redo the trick. So this time, I'm gonna find your card with one hand behind my back. I'll do it that way. So you could do it as a little bit of a fun routine. But the case in point is that look where it started. It started with this. Yeah. That one card behind, right? It started with that, and then that could evolve into that, and then that could even get a little bit harder. And then it's just about putting in what you know into stuff that you see. So you don't have to take everything as face value. And that's a big little thing that's a big thing that it took me a long fucking time to understand in Magic, because when I was younger, I would watch these videos, I would watch DVDs. I was a huge fan of L&L Publishing, one of the best Magic companies for their quality. They had fucking like 720 back in like 2005. Like that was stupid. Like the quality was great, which I know doesn't sound big now, but bro, back then when shit was at 240p. And, they're like, this is high quality. How are you doing this,
TVs can't process that.
Yeah, it was fucking dumb. It was literally fucking...
What's the max resolution of a VHS?
I don't know. But I
don't
know that
why I thought about that, but like for some reason that just popped up.
It's definitely not 1080. It's like a fraction of 1080. But what I liked is that... Okay, so the big thing that I found out after doing this shit for fucking 20 years is the idea of not taking everything as it's presented to you. So if you see it and written in a book, right? You see it written in a book. That's not the only way to do it.
Yeah, that's the method.
Yeah, there are multiple ways to skin a human being, right? You could start at the top. You could go from the bottom. You could do it in pieces. There are many different ways to skin a South Korean. So one of the things that I would do when I was younger is that I would watch a DVD and a video and I would copy that exact same method. But I realized that's the best method for that magician at that time. Yeah. That's not the best method for me, right? So that's them in a studio environment. That's the method they decided to show.
But do you think it's also to do with the video you're watching? Because I remember watching some Daryl videos where he'll teach you, for example, this is the encyclopedia one? Yeah. Where it's like all these DVDs. And he'll show you, for example, the double undercut. But then as he's doing the double undercut, he'll like just reference something else.
Yeah.
Or show you, like
what he does is that he shows you multiple ways. That's less of a performance DVD or VHS, that's more of a instructional.
Okay.
So he's not doing anything for people. So what he does is that he shows you one way. He shows you the general concept, and then he shows you maybe 4 or 5 different ways on how to do certain things. So, this is one way to do it this way. This is one way to do it standing up. He did it that way, which I found very interesting. But then you look at his other DVDs and you see his other videos and you see how he performs for people. And again, that's not necessarily how you should. So maybe he used a control. You should, use a different control depending on context.
Great DVDs, dude.
So it really depends on that. But that's one of the biggest secrets that I learned, and it applies now at fucking ad infinitum or infinitum, however you fucking.
Is that even a word?
Yeah, I've had one rosé, but it applies to that because you watch me, you watch X, you watch Ramsey if he's doing tutorials and not doing puzzles. You watch Pandrea if he's too busy not doing isolations, or in fucking Bermuda.
It was at Cardistry Con, dude.
He's at Cardistry Con.
He was
Bermuda.
at Cardis. He was killing
He's
it, dude.
Singapore now. God, he's everywhere, man.
They did a thing where they were playing what is that air hockey table thing. It was a pretty good show.
I want to be his girlfriend, man. I want to be Pandrea's girlfriend. Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out. What's up? He's one of them. He's one of them that got one, right?
I didn't know he had a girlfriend.
Huh?
I didn't know he had a girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Magicians they could do it.
Wow.
They're killing it. They could do it.
Have a really big wallet.
Or a big cock. So, case in point, you watch these and you try to emulate, and you try to copy, and you try to do the same exact thing. Again, that's what I did because that's what I like. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to work for best for you based on your skill set. So, if you see something, think about other ways to do it that might be more comfortable for you. That's another big tip, and a thing that kind of aggravates me when it comes to seeing people perform things that I've put out, for example. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way to do it. So I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with copying and emulating, because from that your own style comes to fruition. But if you're gonna copy just for the sake of copying, you're gonna come to a standstill. You're not gonna improve as a magician. Yeah. So you need to figure out your own ways to do things and not copy it just because it worked for me. Because just because it worked for me, it could be a number of factors.
It makes 100% sense. Yeah. That's why I like learning these moves and kind of talking to you about it.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, well, look, this is the basicness, but then it opens the doors to boom, and then you show me this other way and that other way.
And not to be gay, but I mean, that's one of the things that I like about YouTube, because and now for even fucking cheaper. So just to give you, not to show my own shit, right? Do
it.
But you got the Academy, right? You got the Academy that I'm very proud of. But that's my way of doing things.
Yeah.
So that's my way. That's my way of doing a double lift, right? My way of doing a particular move, my way of doing a particular flourish. Then you have, for example, someone like Madison, right? Madison has his malalliance, or his patron. You have individuals in charge of things that they're projecting and putting out to the market, right? Individuals. Before, you needed to rely on companies. So now you have, for super cheap, the ability to look at different people, different takes.
And by great magicians too.
Yeah, by combine, not to suck my own dick, but you combine ideas from him, combine ideas from everyone, and then you come up with your own way of doing it, bringing together all these ideas, and you're gonna have a fucking the next generation of magicians. Of what?
Almost an original move, or an original idea derived from so many things.
Yeah.
Or unique, not original, unique.
Well, unique to you, and then also better, because you're getting the optimizations that I've put. You're getting optimizations that people like Daniel Madison, Pandrea. You're getting optimizations they've put, and you're coming up with your own ways of doing things based on what's worked for other magicians. So at the end, you have access to all this information that's super cheap, or not even fucking, some of it's free. You have YouTube. I'm putting tutorials. Everyone's putting fucking tutorials. So before you didn't have that.
Yeah, no.
Before you didn't have that. So before. It was all pretty much, you had to pay. You had to buy a fucking DVD set. You had to hope that your fucking the abuela wasn't fucking screaming, "Hey, fucking," and $30 for a DVD with So it was rough. But this next generation of magicians are gonna be ridiculous.
I mean, I just look at the Cardistry, not to compare, right? But
never.
Look at what these guys at 12 years old are doing. That a 34-year-old man can even try to do, man.
Yeah, because again, it's that information. They have access to this information. They've improved at a more rapid pace than people in this sort of time period. And it's funny because you have people still they're holding on to like, oh, Di Vernon, and yeah, Di Vernon laid the foundation, but people who are a fraction of his age would run fucking laps around this old fuck today, you know, in terms of moves. And yeah, you could always, you know, lay it back on them and obviously give them the credit, but at the same time, you really can't say like, oh, this guy would have been better than. You can't compare. You really can't compare. It's having this argument about LeBron and Jordan, you know, saying, yeah, Jordan, fucking LeBron would destroy Jordan. It's like, it's a different time.
Yeah.
It's a fucking different time.
Yeah.
The people right now, I don't know what Chinese fucking steroid, what Steph Curry with his Chinese injected steroid to let him shoot fucking threes from my house, you know, to fucking Golden State. But you can't compare them. You really can't compare them. And it's the same thing with Magic, you know?
So Michael Ruff had a question. When do you think you should show someone Magic?
When do I think? Well, we've had this discussion. I hate Magic. So anytime the opportunity comes up to show somebody a trick, I say no. Because why? Why would I lower myself to fucking show you a trick? Why would I go in there and be like, oh, hey, do the Magic voice. Hey, sir, pick a card. Like, I'm not gonna. But a real answer, when you feel the situation, I think the situation is gonna be right. One thing that you want to know is that you don't want to overstay your welcome. I think magicians take the opportunity to perform when they're given the chance. They take the opportunity and they run too far with it. Less is more. That applies 100% to Magic. You don't want to be there and do a 30-minute set. Show them something that will make sure that next time or whoever they talk to after says, dude, this dude found my fucking card in his wallet. You know, Pig Cake found my card in his wallet.
And that's it.
Right? Like, again, your name is also important for branding, but that's an entirely different conversation. But just in the sake, like, you'll feel when the moment's right. But if you overstay your welcome, you will see people in the back like,
hurry up, Ming.
You know, one of my favorite magicians, don't get me wrong, I love his work in terms of like what he puts out. I'm sure he's covering a lot of shit. But one of my favorite magicians, his name is Peter Turner, right? But the thing about Peter Turner is that he, I would say, is part of that British style, very story-based, conversational. So, you know, you're talking about your horoscopes and stuff. And to get to a trick, it's like 7 minutes. That it's like, oh, so sometimes I wonder, you know, I ponder about and he talks about the shit, and you see people in the back of the video like,
edit that in, bro.
You know, and it works for some crowds, you know, but again, context is key. Some things aren't going to work for other situations. So just because it happened to work in one situation doesn't mean you could take that. And Peter Turner's, you know, he'll run miles around me, but I'm saying like watching videos. Another one that's a while ago, he has a YouTube channel. What's his name? Rich Ferguson. He had a DVD called This Is Mentalism through Illusionist a while ago. And, you know, he's talking about, he's doing this, it's a trick in mentalism called design duplication, where you draw, right? You draw something, and then that gets hidden away. And then I'm able to duplicate that design. And at the end, you know, you show both. And it's this very nice moment where, you know, you drew something again away from me, and then I show that it's the same design. You know, I managed to read your mind. It's a wonderful thing. But you see Rich Ferguson do this for, you know, a group of people at like a restaurant, right? You're just sitting down with cameras. You know, it's different. When you have cameras, it's fucking different because
where are these restaurants at, bro? I've never been to a restaurant where a magician walks up to me, hey, can I show you a trick? Like, yeah.
Apparently, if you walk into anywhere with a camera, you're good. Like, hey, we're filming something. Do you mind if people will fucking, you know.
Pig Kick and Danny next week walks into McDonald's.
Into Denny's, and we're showing people a card to Moons Over My Hammy, right? But my point is that you see people in the background, and he's talking about like, so one of my favorite things, like, I swear to God, like this is almost verbatim. So I'm very interested in, you know, analyzing people psychologically. So there's a lot of things that I could tell based on, you know, how you draw and how you design things. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of a simple image. Go ahead, draw that on that card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to assess your body language. I'm going to look and try to see your posture and try to see, you know, your rate of blinking and how you... I'm fucking bored. Like, I'm dying just listening to whatever the fuck you're saying, you know? But that's his pattern. You see people in the background, again, doing like that. They're just like, and at the end, you know, obviously the design or whatever, he revealed the word, but my dude, our attention span is fucking negative. I'm here listening to a podcast looking through Reddit. There's a YouTube video at the same time that pops up on Reddit. I'm watching that. I'm like, oh, while the podcast is playing. We have no attention span. So you think somebody's going to sit through you talking about how you have an interest in observing physiological features that could determine if you fucking like your... No, bro.
I must be unique then, because I'm a sucker for someone talking to me trash and show me a magic trick.
I'm just saying, that it's context. That works for some situations. It's not going to work for all. So in that video, it didn't fucking work clearly. that bitch in the background, my favorite one. And he's doing this fucking trick with it's this wonderful thing with a paperclip. So he has a prediction on a paperclip, right? And then at the end of prediction, he takes off the paperclip and it ends up being right. And the method's wonderful. But like just this person. this person. And
Can you imagine something like that with David Blaine?
This guy. Huh?
Oh, we're still doing this?
Listen, man, I've done tricks where that's happened. I remember doing a trick in high school for a teacher of mine. And this bitch at the end goes, oh, after like 8 minutes. 8 minutes. That trick that I was telling you the other day, where you get the cards at the end, and it says the word is apple. Yeah. That shit. I showed that to a teacher. And then at the end, she's like, oh, you're done? That's the trick? Good? Oh, okay. Finally. Like, that's great.
Oh, what a dick.
It took, but it was 8 minutes. It was my fault. It wasn't her fault. It was my fault. Hey, so you have a magic word? Yeah? You have a word? Okay, perfect. I'm going to make a... And then it took 17 minutes to get to this fucking punchline, And she goes, is that the trick? Good. Yeah, finally.
You can do me a 20-minute trick any day you want, Picky.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. I don't even know what they got into that rant, man. Do we have another topic?
Actually, I do.
What's the topic?
I'm very excited about this one.
Uh-huh.
I heard from the grapevines. I know Satchel mentioned this earlier. Satchel, I'll talk to you later on afterwards, bro. I'm sorry about that. There's a new deck. There's a new color of the Trade Casinos coming out.
Okay, Trade Casinos. You don't have any nearby here.
I haven't gotten them yet. I will be getting a preview deck soon, I hope. But there is a new... Actually, let me see if I can find it real quick.
I want to fucking... Listen, man, I get it. I don't want to shit on your hype.
Cherry Casinos, dude, come on, that's an awesome series of cards.
And mind you, I'm saying this coming out with a deck, right? That I'm gonna sell.
What's up with your deck, bro?
What's happening, man? Things are happening. We're moving. Things are moving along. All right. There's I'm here telling people, and then they're in the background like, that's it. That's your deck. We're moving. Things are moving.
6 months. This is what you came out with.
Mind you, yeah. So we're we're moving along, but mind you, this is coming from somebody who's gonna sell a deck, but I'm gonna sell it at a reasonable price. It's probably gonna be
$15,000 a deck.
$10.
I mean, dude, I can't wait for your deck. I've seen previews of it.
I've said the initials.
I want this thing out already,
I've said
bro.
I've said the initials of the deck. It's TMP. That's the initials. TMP for the deck. That's gonna be the initials. Case in point. Fucking, I don't know. It's all the same. It's all relative. I do enjoy the aesthetic and the art about cards, but I think that there's I don't know, for me, maybe you've plateaued in terms of interest. I haven't seen any deck.
Well, let me tell you, I think the last 2018, 2019, I've seen a huge increase of cards is being released. I think it's way too flooded.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. I think too many
and people. I think the hype deck, to me, the hype decks are hurting the industry because, you have a camera. You got to get these Fontaines. You know what I'm saying? You got to get these Anyone Worldwide.
You have
by
a
the
camera.
time... Oh.
I'm here trying to be...
subtle.
Not subtle. I'm here trying to fucking...
240p.
Okay.
But anyways, I think these hype decks are just... I think they're hurting the market, man. So I spent all this money on Fontaines. I spent all this money on Anyone Worldwide. And then artists like Pinston, which I fucking love, comes out with a new version of a Superfly deck. I'm broke.
Yeah. Because
I already spent my money on these cards.
Supply and demand. It's supply and demand. I was selling German Wake.
I think it sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does. But the thing is that there's a market for it, and unfortunately, the market is determined by the consumers, right? And the consumers in this case, they're fucking paying. They're paying, man. They're buying the shit. But I just think you're a consequence and a product of the market, and if the market is going in that direction, then you gotta just ride the wave. Unfortunately, But when it comes to these decks, I think it's, to me at least, the deck that I've been the most excited for is the Jerry's, but that's only because of the history. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally it.
Did you see the Jackson Robinson?
I saw it. Yeah.
What do you think of that, man?
You know what? I told a gentleman awake yesterday. If they get to the gold, that's something we're going to talk about next week. The apparently people are accusing Jerry's of being a money hog. I don't know if you know this.
No.
Because the tiers are ridiculously high. So the gold tier gets unlocked when they reach $750,000.
Well, I mean, I don't know about money hog, but they got to 300. Was it 300 so quick?
Yeah.
You know, they didn't. I think they honestly did. I spoken to a few people on the know.
Yeah.
And they didn't expect it to get to 300 so quick.
No, but
like they expect to got, you know, they're we're gonna get there, but they didn't expect the reactions to be as crazy as it was.
No, I agree in the same sense, but I think that if you are gonna have a tier where it's you're expecting people to you know, sum up to 750K, they should have released that already.
I mean, I think that should have been released. I mean, I agree.
Been released,
but
because
I think that
it looks bad. It looks bad.
Really, doesn't look good.
It does. I don't.
Is
think
it gilded or is it like the?
It's gold foil, like it's fucking foil.
I don't like that blue foiled stuff either. I might not get the.
It's
I mean, I'm gonna get the OG.
silver.
I'm gonna get the OG. I'm gonna get that what is it? The Jerry's Nuggets feel, just because I think Expert makes a really great Jerry's Nuggets feel. I might. I mean, I like Jackson Robinson. I think he's a little overrated. I know there's a lot of Jackson Robinson fans out there, especially gentlemen. Omar, I'm sorry, dude.
Let's see how this looks like on camera.
Top down.
No. Let me see. I'm waiting for the delay here. Fuck, this is gonna be rough.
They already canceled the gold and silver tier.
That's horrendous. Let's see
I
the
didn't know
delay
that.
here. Let's see the delay.
I haven't
on
spoken
this
to my
Switch.
people in a minute.
No. It was not bad. Okay, it was not bad. But I think, you know, honestly, what it is that you guys should subscribe to Pick Cake. No, we're not doing it yet. Okay. When I pick up the bottle, that's a signal. Okay, that's a hidden signal. Subscribe to Ham Radio.
Yes, man. Hurry up. We need those followers, man.
Follow us on Instagram on Ham Radio.
I think it's Ham Radio Show.
It's on the YouTube page, so you can find it from the YouTube page.
Yeah.
But it's in the link in the description below. Follow us there.
Website's coming up soon.
Website's coming out soon. We're working on that heated. But yeah, so that's we're gonna push these streams to there. So if you guys want to keep watching this, if you guys want to help this shit out, obviously all the links are gonna be in the description below.
It was done.
That was
Anthony
Brad
Hawk
Christie.
just subscribed.
Hey boy.
Caw-caw!
Oh, they already canceled the gold tier apparently.
Yeah,
According to
I'll find out information.
That's
We can talk about that next week. We'll talk about.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
But guys, more do that because Ham Radio is coming along, and I'm kind of excited.
Dude,
In a
I'm
great way.
very pumped. So what's next? What do you think is next for us here at the studio?
We need this shit.
You and my mom and those fucking.